And welcome back. I'm Robin, the Plaster Man. And this segment is one that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It has to do with the plaster repair business. Is it something that you should think about and consider? On an earlier video, just before this one, I talked a little bit about the jobs I've had. And, I've worked on jobs where I've had piecework, where I do a window and I got so much for cleaning that window. We worked on carpet cleaning, and I got so much per square foot for cleaning the carpet. I worked as a waiter making tips. I've also been out of work. I know the stress that comes with that. But who should really think about doing plaster repair, and why should they think about doing it? That's what I want to talk to you about right now. And it has to do with trying to think who might be interested in this job. Drywallers for one, board hangers for another, painters for another group. These individuals are in that arena, and doing drywall and painting, there's a lot of call for doing repairs to walls. And doing plastering is something that takes you to another level. And it's just something that you should think about. How about if you're a high school student thinking about what kind of career you're going to be getting involved with? If you've been laid off and you're looking for a way to pay bills, this is a really stressful situation. And it's something that can really help you in this regard. Maybe you're in a job that you don't like. You hate it. And you want to be your own boss. You want to call the shots. When you want to work, when you don't want to work. Maybe as that parent of a child, and you're thinking you want something for your daughter, your son, that's a secure job, that's well-paying, and once again, that they can really do and take pride in. It could be a great fit for them. Now, to think about this a little deeper, I put together the Plaster Man Dozen. These are 12 reasons I've written down on why you should consider doing plaster repair as a business. And the first one, it's by far one of the fastest and best ways of making money you'll ever find. To tell you the truth, I've proven that a person can make up to $1,000, sometimes more, per day. And that's not just something that happens once in a while. This is something that's consistent. And even if a person's making $500, that's a tremendous amount of money that a person could make per day. So that's one benefit. The second one, almost every single home in the country needs some kind of repair. What causes damage? Well, storms, wind, rain damage, leaky roofs, broken pipes, electricians and plumbers making holes to do their repairs. All these things have to be repaired. Add to that, aging homes, just wear and tear and maintenance that has to be done, to cracks. A lot of times what's happening in a lot of these older neighborhoods, people have houses that their grandmother or parents had, and there was never a crack in the house. And now construction and maybe the airports have their flight pattern now over that neighborhood, and sound waves are causing a lot of cracks to the walls. That's another reason there's a need for repairs. Remodeling projects where old ceilings were taken down, walls are cut out and moved, and where new surfaces are needed to give a room a new look. All of these things need plaster. And a nice thing about it is, the second point, plaster is used in both doing older historic homes and newer drywall finished homes. So all these homes, you're talking, they figure there's about 22 million homes that are foco plastered in the United States. And then there's tens of millions of homes that are more modern drywall finished. So there is a tremendous amount of area that needs repair work. And think about this, there's many homes and buildings that have flat roofs, which are always causing a lot of problems with water damage. Number 3, another great reason to consider this business, Every job is different. So if you're sitting behind a desk every day and it's mundane and you want some variety and to have activity in your life and a job that's different every day, well, this might be just the job you've been looking for. And number 4, men and women, young and old, can do this work. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. It is physical work, and it's hard work. Sometimes there is some lifting involved. But that's the same with a Walmart job. Look at some of these older ladies that I've seen and men who are in their 70s. Do you think they are told, oh, you don't have to help unload the truck tonight? No. And when they're a cashier, what happens? They have to drag these 36 Aquafina bottles across the scanner. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's heavy lifting and loading. But with plaster repair, you're making a lot more money. And you might even be able to take the next day off so that you can recover. And that'll just give you some time to rest up. So it's really great in that men and women. And one thing I must say, women really are great at it because they have an attention to detail. Sometimes men, they have a big blob that they live on a wall. And women just seem to know exactly how everything should look and everything in its place. And that is a fine quality that gives you a great advantage to be involved in this trade. Number 5, a flexible schedule. You can work mornings, you can work afternoons, you can work days, you work evenings. And sometimes, if you want, you can work nights. Weekends. It's really your call. I do it a lot of times where I have my schedule and I have other things I'm doing, and I'll just say, hey, I'm going to come at noon, or I'm going to come at 4 o'clock, and I'm going to start the job and work till maybe 7. Is that all right? So it's very flexible. I've found that in my own case and those I've trained. Number 6, there's work wherever you go, so you can move wherever you want. That's a huge advantage. And think about this. It's all indoor work. I do not teach exterior work, okay? So if you want to learn stucco, you're going to have to probably talk to Stucco Man, not Plaster Man. And the interior work, it's warm, it's dry, and it's great. So that is another great thing. Something else that you want to think about is it's a small startup cost to get your own business up and running. Now, I just put down here in a note, people go to college and they spend 50 to 100 grand. And some of those people are calling me, can I learn plastering? And for a tenth of that or less, people come in and learn from me. So that is another great advantage, small startup cost. Number 8, the materials are relatively inexpensive, so the profit margin is high. I have actually taken a bucket of lime putty and the plaster, cost about $10 total, and I've made $2,500 with that bucket of mud. So there's a huge profit margin, and that's something you're going to look for in a job that's something that you want to get involved with. Number 9, it doesn't take a lot of tools or equipment to do the work. Actually, when my van has been broken down on rare occasions, I've worked out of the trunk of my own car. And probably if you were really, really tight, you could work off the back of a bicycle. But I wouldn't recommend it. But it doesn't take a lot of equipment and tools. So you don't have these huge, massive bills to try to buy all this equipment to get involved, okay? Number 10, you can build as big a business as you like or work by yourself. I've worked by myself for years. Now, it's a challenge. I'll be showing you how you can run that business. If you subscribe to this channel, I'll be schooling you and showing you all the tips and secrets on how to really run a great, successful business. So that's another big one. And if you do want to have a whole fleet of cars or vans or trucks out there doing plaster repair, that's up to you. It's something that's possible. Number 11, it's a perfect add-on business. You don't have to drop everything you're doing. Have you ever seen these things? They have these amazing ads on TV and the radio, and you can make millions of dollars, but you got to stop what you're doing right now and put a huge amount of money in. Well, that's not what plaster repair is about. It's a perfect add-on business. So if you're a painter, it's perfect to add on. It's also great to think of as a part-time work. You can do it a couple days a week. With the amount that you make, that's another option. The last point, and this is one that is huge. It's practically recession-proof. Competition is virtually non-existent. Now, this type of work needs to be done no matter what the economy is. Okay? So people have repairs that need to be done in their house. You know how it is when you say, oh, well, we better get an electrician or a plumber. We got to get that done. Doesn't matter even if the budget's tight. You got to pay the piper and do it. It's the same with plastering. People want to get that hole fixed. There's a lot of people who are deathly afraid of having a big hole up in their ceiling of their bedroom or their kitchen, thinking a rat or something's going to come through. So it's going to be done, right? Well, why is it in any type of economy? Well, if the economy's good, people add on to their house, or they, build new. So that's something that you're going to get involved with that. If it's a bad economy and it's a depressed area you're living in, what are people going to do? They're going to tighten up the budget and they're going to fix what they already have. So they may not be fixing the house to sell it. They will be fixing it for their own satisfaction and enjoyment. So they know, hey, I'm going to be in here for a long time. So I want to fix this house up. It's a win-win either way. If it's a bad economy or a good economy, you win because you're going to be having plenty of work. And I put down here too, real estate and insurance companies. I teach this in my course on the plaster repair business course. Real estate can get you a ton of work. There's always houses being sold and bought. And insurance companies are looking for someone to settle a claim. When there is water damage to a ceiling or a wall, they have to have somebody fix it. So you can get in really tight with these groups. So there's the Plaster Man Dozen. What do you think? I want you to think about it, and if you have any questions, you can email me. We'll provide that at the end of this video. I'll be happy to answer the questions that you have too. And I'll just be waiting here in my workshop, waiting to hear from you. And if you'd like to email, please do. I'll be happy to help you learn more about this great trade. Until next time, plaster on. Oh, and just one other thing I forgot. If you are interested in learning plaster repair as a business, I have several packages available. You come in for one-on-one training with me personally. And right here is my email address. So if you want to just email me, I can send those packages out to you so you can look them over and we'll talk real soon. Thanks.